MacBook is pretty straightforward, and if you have a MacBook, you might not know some of the cool features when you're using stuff. So let's start off with the top left and top right of my screen. So on the left side of the screen here, you can see that when I have an application selected or I'm on my desktop, it shows things that I can do for the application. So when I'm normally on my desktop right here, it's showing Finder. But say I'm on my Zoom call, it says zoom.us right here. And then it says things that I can do in the meeting. So on my desktop here, it's giving me options in what I can do in the meeting. So let's see what I can do. If I go under meeting, I can mute you all, unmute all. I can start my video, or I can stop sharing or pause my screen share, or I could pause my recording or stop recording. So all of those cool features can already be done from the drop-down menu here in the top left of my desktop. So, and then if I go under view, it says show manage participants, show chat, and yeah, these are just some settings that I can do within the app, but they're also shown on my desktop in the top left of my screen for the application. So say I open up a Chrome tab right here, as you can see that it's showing me options that I can do for Chrome on my desktop here. So I can open a new tab, I can open a new window, whatever I want to do, right? So yeah, that's something cool about when you have an application opened. In the top left, there's a drop-down menu, and you can select whatever you want to use. And then as you guys can see in the top right of my screen, there's also more drop-down options. But for most Macs, the top right is mostly for internet connections, Bluetooth connections, showing you your battery percentage, the time, and if you want to spotlight search something. So what spotlight search is, it's kind of like Mincy mentioned, it's kind of like the Cortana of Mac. But if I search something up random, like I could even search up a math equation, and they would tell me the answer on the spotlight search. And another cool option about Mac is similar to an iPhone, it also has the option for Siri, which is also part of kind of like Cortana. So if I ask Siri something, it'll give me an answer. So if I ask Siri, what is the population of Canada?
As of 2020, the population of Canada is 37,894,799.
So yeah, Siri can just answer cool questions like that and stuff. So. And as you guys can see, I have it's showing my battery percentage. I can connect to my Wi-Fi's here. And then it's also showing me network preferences if I need to change something about my Wi-Fi. And just to see if it's connected. And all of that can be done here from the top right of my screen. It's also showing right here that I'm in a Zoom call. Also some cool drop-down menus that I can do for my Zoom call, all being done from the top right and top left of my screen. And yeah, for Bluetooth, if I select, mind that I'm going over it, I'm hovering over and clicking on it, and then the drop-down menu is coming. So once I click on it, then it's showing me options to connect to for my Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, etc. And you can also see the date and time here in the top right. And something cool that you can customize about Mac, it's this, I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like a taskbar on the right side. It can just you can add stuff to it. It's like you can add a calculator, you can add weather, stocks, whatever you want to do. Or you can schedule events and stuff. And that just happens when you go on the top right of your screen. Okay, so yeah, so those are just all the things that you can do on the right and left of your screen. So as you guys can see at the bottom right here, this is called the dock on the Mac. So I'll just show you guys that are using Mac how to do some customizable things. So as you can see, my dock is on the bottom of the screen. So if I wanted to move it to the right side or the left side of my screen, I would choose an empty space on the dock and I would right click and then it shows dock preferences right here. I'd select that. It takes me to my settings. And then you can see it says position on screen. I can move it to the left side right here. I can move it to the right side, whatever you guys are comfortable with using. But I personally like to keep it at the bottom. And also, if you think your dock is getting too like cluttered, it's having like it has too many applications there. Like mine might seem kind of like crazy to see me because I have a lot of applications here. But say I wanted to remove Spotify from my desktop. I'd right click on the application on my dock, select options, remove from dock. As you can see, my dock has now become more organized and has been like freed up a bit.
Where does
All
it go?
Pardon?
Where does it go? Can
Um,
you get it back?
I'll get into that. It
Okay.
doesn't removing it from the dock doesn't actually remove the application from your computer. So the dock is basically just like trying to make it easier for you to get access to your applications when you're on the desktop of your screen. So if I remove something from a dock, it's not gone from my computer. I'll show you how to see all your applications near the end of the presentation. So let's talk a bit about the desktop. I have a blank desktop here. And say I wanted to change the background from this boring old mountain or whatever. I would right click anywhere on the desktop. I would select change desktop background. And then as you can see, it takes me to all these options that I can select pictures from Mac. Or if you want, you can also select photos and get some personal photos in there that you have saved on your computer. You can also save that to your desktop. So say I wanted to change it to this picture. It automatically
Sorry,
changes.
I'm having trouble hearing.
And if also I want to make a screensaver when my MacBook goes to sleep, I can also select that. Yeah, it just. And then also if I right click on any part of the screen, similar to Windows, new folder, I can create a folder, name it whatever I want. And then I could drag stuff into that folder. Also, I can sort my desktop if I want. So my desktop is quite empty because I put everything in this folder here. But if I had like a bunch of like multiple applications or documents on my screen that I want to sort, I would select sort by and then whatever you'd like to sort it. So if I sort it by name, as you can see, my folders got organized right away. And also, yeah, that's it for personalizing your desktop. I guess you can also change your icon size if you want to make it bigger, like for your icons on your desktop or like spacing and stuff. But that's all up to you to customize. But all you need to do is select the items for desktop, right click, and then you can see everything that you can do. So we went over what we can do on the taskbar in the top left, what we can see on the top right. Someone was asking, where does it go when I remove something from the dock? So say I remove this application from my dock, it's gone, right? We think it's gone from my computer. But there's something on a MacBook called Launchpad, if some of you may be familiar with that. So if you press F4 on your keyboard, it takes you to this. And you can see all your applications that you have on your computer. So once it's gone from the dock, most likely it will still appear here.